Hello and welcome back to the video everyone. In the last video we have seen how to basically sort out the things using the filter statement, and just before that we have seen how to filter the data using the where clauses, right? So in this video we are going to explore the alternative of where statement, that is filtering the data. So alternative of filtering the data is basically and or operators. So these two operators can be used as an alternative of the where clause that we are using. How? That we are going to see in this video using this sample data. So let's check for the first one. Now let's say I need to basically find where employee ID is 2021. Okay, so I will write what? Where employee ID is 2021, right? So in this way we will get the data, correct? So this is the data. Now I will do the same thing using or operator, using the or operator that I am going to do this where is statement, that is these two statements. So first I will mention employee ID is 2021 or employee ID is equal to 5408. So this query will do what? This query will find the both data that is present where employee ID are basically either 2021 or 5408. So this is how we can do the alternative of where in statement, right? Okay, so there is one alternative. Apart from that, now let's say that you want to use or you want to verify the data from two parameters, that is we are having from two entities, that is employee name as well as employee ID. So we want to check that is Rahul the correct person who is having the employee ID 2021. So for that case we need to do what? We need to use the AND statement, that is AND function, where we will be basically mentioning the employee name as what? So we need to confirm employee name as Rahul, right? So we will run this query now. So now you can see we have verified that yes, the employee ID 2021 belongs to the person Rahul. Now there is one question it may arise, that why have you basically written this name in the string format and this employee ID without the string format? So the reason being is that if you check the column details from here, employee name is basically the nchar data type, okay, and employee ID is basically the integer data type. So these data types, according to these data types itself, if we are using string values, that is any name or any string characters, in that scenario we are using the single inverted commas over there. And if we are not using any string characters, any integer characters, any boolean characters, or you can say any float characters data types if you are using, so in that scenario you need to directly mention the number, because these integers are kind of numbers that is present. Okay, so this is how basically you can use the AND or operator. Okay, so this is the way for doing that. Okay, so let's see one more thing. In this video, let's see how to find the minimum and maximum values out of data. So we will now just check with this sample data. First let me show you that sample data. So same sample data we are going to actually view. You can implement the same thing in your main table, main project, wherever you are working. So in this employee ID, right, in this employee ID we want to see that which person is the latest person to join in the team. So if you are as you guys are basically aware about these things, that as soon as the employee join in the company or the organization, a new employee ID is generated. So if we find out the maximum employee ID that we are having, so that will be basically the latest person that is present inside our organization. So according to this data, as you can see, 9805 is the maximum data count that we have seen using order by statements as well. So Rajesh is the latest employee. So for doing the same thing, we need to basically mention the max inbuilt function that we are having. So max is basically used to filter out the maximum number that is present, and these minimum and maximum are basically working on under which these two functions are only and only working on integer, floats, double characters, that is any numeric values. So here we are going to mention as select max and then mention the name of the column that we are having. Like we need to mention the employee ID, since we need the maximum employee ID from testing table so that we can get the name of that person which is present as the latest employee, that is 9805. And let's suppose in this query, if anytime by chance if you are using any function that is minimum, maximum, or apart from moving that, if we will see the count statement, count function, sum function, any arithmetic operations that we are going to see ahead in the SQL queries. So over there you will just see one specific entry that will be coming, okay, not the entire data. So if you need to pull the entire data, like the name of the person who is having the maximum employee ID, you need to mention a comma over and mention the asterisk, that is all data. So this will basically give, okay, so it says column testing.employee name is not valid because list in either in aggregate function or group by clause. Okay, so for doing this you need to basically use the group by clauses that we will basically discuss ahead in the upcoming videos, because right now we are covering the basics of SQL. Okay, so we'll see that also in the ahead videos. Stay tuned with it. Right now there is just an information that if we are using any function, any operators, so we will get just one value out of it. Okay, if we want to basically pull multiple data, we need to use the group by statement. I'm just showing you the query right now, and then later we can basically you can have a look at the videos ahead in the sequence. I will show you how it is actually working. How is this group by working? So we'll mention group by as employee ID, and it will be employee name as well, I guess. Yeah. So let's run this query. So 9805 is the employee code. Okay, this way it is basically showing all the data that we are having, that is group by of employee IDs. Let me just have a look at it. Yeah, so it will give me that same error. So for doing that we need to write either inner queries or using the group by statements. We need to basically sort it out in the correct way. So this is how basically inbuilt functions are used, that is maximum or minimum. And right now we have just found out the maximum employee ID. If we need to find out the minimum, we just need to mention the min statement over here. Sorry, this also I need to remove. Yeah, so now you can see the minimum is 980. So this is the inbuilt function that SQL Server is having, that is minimum and maximum. In the next video we'll see some other inbuilt functions or some operator, that is arithmetic operators, we will see in the upcoming videos. Okay, so stay tuned. Thank you so much.